Hello and welcome to the market update video with myself, David Madden. Taiwan has been in the news a lot for the past 24 hours, as yesterday US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited the island, even though the Beijing administration warned the US politician not to do so. In the last few hours, Nancy Pelosi has now concluded her visit to Taiwan without any issues or any hitches, and in turn we have seen traders take the view that US-China relations are now a bit better than they were 24 hours ago or 48 hours ago. So we're seeing modest gains in stock markets here in Europe and also over in the US. Looking at the US dollar, well, the US dollar is in the red across the board today. Keep in mind the dollar enjoyed a very bullish run yesterday as we had a number of US central bankers, Fed members issue hawkish statements. So as a result of the broad decline in the US dollar today, we're seeing an elevated euro dollar, pound dollar, and also the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar. It's also worth pointing out we've seen a broad rebound in the Australian dollar. Yesterday, the Australian dollar had a major sell-off across the board after the Reserve Bank of Australia cautioned about lower growth. Even though we are seeing a bit of a dip in the US dollar today, we continue to see weakness, a small bit of weakness in gold and a moderate amount of weakness in industrial metals such as silver and copper. And this really speaks to weak demand if those metals can't form a rally or stage a rally on a day when the US dollar is lower.
The US 500 has ticked higher in the last few hours after it was confirmed that Nancy Pelosi concluded her trip to Taiwan without any issues. Looking at the RSI, we can see it's moving higher, indicating the price bias is to the upside. While the US 500 continues to hold above these three simple averages, it's likely the short-term upward trend will continue. A further rally from here could see it retest 41.45, and a break beyond that could see a target 41.89. Looking at the price action in the last few days, we can note the more medium-term trend is to the downside. If the US 500 fails to break above this region here at 41.45, that could be an early warning sign that the more medium-term downward trend is still in effect. If we do see any declines in the US 500 from here, support might be found from this region here at 40.69, and a break below that could see a target 39.92.
Taking a look at oil, WTI and Brent crude are rallying today after the OPEC announcement that the OPEC Plus will increase output by 100,000 barrels of oil per day from September. Now keep in mind, going into the meeting, there were some hopes the body of oil-producing nations would look to ramp up output by 300,000 barrels per day or 400,000 barrels per day. So obviously the announcement of a modest 100,000 barrels per day increase is relatively small, hence why we're seeing decent gains of both WTI and Brent.